Well, hello everybody and welcome to Robert's Train Set. So continuing with my end-to-end layout in the conservatory build, in the last update we managed to get some windows into the engine shed, didn't we? But as you can see, unfortunately, when I sprayed this with a matte varnish to seal it, it made all the windows look frosted. Which, you know, it is what it is. The owners of the shed decided that they didn't want to keep cleaning them, so they'd frost them so you can't look out. That's my excuse anyway. So the next part of this build is maybe put a roof on it. So again, I'm using card, and although the engine shed is balsa wood, or the outside parts of it are balsa wood, all of the rest of it is card. I do actually wonder whether I did need to varnish that, being balsa wood, I don't know, but it seals it all in, so what is done is done. So I want to make the roof look reasonable. I'm not saying, you know, absolutely spot on, but I'm planning on doing some rafters across, which are these. And they are made out of card, and they're actually 3 layers, all stuck together. And if I just pause it for a moment, I'll put them on the building. So here we are. Now I'm going to put obviously more in than this, and I don't know if you can see, but I've marked these off approximately 25mm centres, so I will be making a lot more of these, and coming up is just really a very quick pictorial guide, pictures as usual, of the construction of these. You know, they're not rocket science, are they? So once I get all these made, I'm then going to build up the roof, and what I'm hoping to do is, because I've frosted all the windows in the building, to have some windows in the roof so we can look in, which will be easier for filming anyway. And I also want to put some smoke stacks out to take the smoke from the steam engines, so I'm hoping to have a couple of those in there. And again, it'll all be made by card and a bit of the old packaging that I saved from clear plastic. So that's what I'm going to do. So we'll go on right from this to just show a very brief view of making these trussels, and then I've probably got another 6 to make. So it'll take a little while, but it's all right. They're not bad. So, and then following on with the rest of it, which might take me a little bit of time. We'll have to see. I'm hoping to get it all done in this one episode, but we'll have to see how I get on. Cheers. So if you remember, I did a pattern of the gable end, so I cut it out, and this is in hardboard, and then I used that to mark up on the bit of card that I'm using, all various cereal packets to be honest. And I just cut this out, marked some struts, knifed it through in the similar way that I did all the windows, and then with the 3 layers just glued them together. So this is for the one which is cut out, and then the one behind you just smother it in glue and stick it, which is not difficult, is it? And hold it down with some weights while it goes off, and you can get on with the next one. So once that's gone off, I just cut through where I marked out the first one and just work my way through, using the pattern, the original pattern, to do the others. And as you can see here, it's pretty straight across, so looking good. So with all 9 made, and I made the middle one a little bit thicker by putting an extra bit of cardboard in there. Then I used a couple of bits from my station kit that I built to do this, and this is to locate those rafters in the right place, or as near as I can get them, as you can see. So that'll just be glued along there, but not until I've painted it. So I mixed up some of the burnt umber and the white. I needed a hell of a lot of white to get this chocolate colour. And when I painted it, it came out quite dark, as you can see here. So I painted one side, did the edges and then painted one side, let that dry, turn it over. It's a bit laborious, but you get there in the end. And just use a bit of copy paper to do it on. Needed 2 coats on the faces, just to make it even really. So I'm hoping this looks a bit like wood really, that's what I was aiming for. So with those all that glued on one side, I tried it and it seems to work. They're a bit floppy, but not too bad, and it does locate it. I want it to come out easy if I can, you know, as you can see. So now just to run through with my cube camera. So this is just hand pushing them with the chintzy, and first impressions are, it looks all right up the top, but I think the concrete looks a bit clean, doesn't it? Wants a bit of dirtying up, I would say, but it's coming along. I'm fairly happy. So next is to do the actual surface of the roof. So I cut some bits of card, as you see, and I painted one side in, or rather black felted one side, and I used another template to sort of locate the rafters so that they were fairly straight, and glued this on with the Weetabix sign up. And I did the black because I'm making it look like felt. You know, they've done felt and then they've done the roofing over the top. So needed something along the ridge. Now this is just to hold it together. It will have proper ridge tiles or something looking like it, hopefully. And just stuck that there to tie it together really. And yeah, it's working out quite well. I'm pleased how it's coming. So obviously the gap in the middle is for the windows, so quite a nice window so we can see through. But first of all I needed to make some smoke chimneys really, didn't I? This is my master plan, so just marking it out, cutting it, obviously the slats to let smoke out. On the inside I did the felt tip black pen again, because it would be black, wouldn't it, from all the smoke, I would think. And then it was a case of gluing them up using some clips, and obviously made it so that it fitted in between the rafters there. Had to get a roof, so made a roof. It's just measurement really, and again black felt tip pen inside, and it's shiny because it's the shiny side of the cardboard. And there we are. I didn't make it full width of the glass because I thought that would be a bit too big, and also I wouldn't get any slats at the back. So I did that and just held them temporarily with the clips. Yeah, and then I had to make a hood. So my little drawing again. And this is what you cut out. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward. The angles are 45 degrees. And again, black it out inside. So much easier to do it when it's like this, obviously. Glue it up again. Yeah, works okay. Got various little clamps that I can use. And there it is. And this fits inside the chimney part with the louvers in it, as like that. Now you can either have it down a bit or up a bit, but it's a tight fit. So it will stay there. As you can see through the louvers at the top, look. So it needed to be painted, and I thought these would be probably metal rather than wood, because it gets hot, doesn't it? So I painted them in the rail match, which is rust, isn't it? So I thought these I don't think they'd be aluminium, they'd more likely to be steel or something like that. So it would have rusted, wouldn't it? And there we go. I've got half of them done. So I've got two, there they are, look, sitting in. Now I've not glued these in yet, any of it. So always got the ability to take it out, and there the hoods inside. Very dark. And then I just started fitting the windows. So I cut the plastic in, and I've still obviously got the other two of these chimneys to make. So I better go on with that, I suppose. So with the other two chimneys made and fitted in, and the hoods on them, I concentrated more on the windows. And what you see here is some little bits of card, to give a little lip for the clear plastic. So I cut these in between the trusses and blackened them out on the underside, and then glued them in like this. These won't really be seen, but I'm just sort of black it out like I have here, and then it was a case of carrying on with the actual windows themselves. So I cut them all in first and marked them up, as you can see, so that I could know where they came. And I wanted to do the similar thing that I'd done to the windows in the walls in the building. So it was a case of getting a bit of card along like this, and then marking everything off where the trusses showed. Did a little bit of calculation, decided these bits of glass would be miles too big. So I decided to just put a centre glazing bar in like this. So then it was a case of cutting them out, of course. So there they are, all done on this side, and I think they're probably done on the other side as well. And I'd sort of blackened them out on the underside and on the face side, and then I glued them onto the plastic and put a weight on. In the case of the big ones, a couple of weights or 3 weights, and then yeah, we were getting there. So it's looking all right. And yeah, this is what they look like when you've sort of blackened them all round, and the edges as well, of course. Well, everybody, so quite a few photos, but it does work for me, and I hope it does for you as well. And as you can see, we've now got the engine shed on the layout, and the only thing remaining to be done is the actual roof. So I'm going to relocate the camera and just show you a bit with it on the layout, and then we'll go back to the photos to do the roof, and then that's as far as I'm going to go with it. I might put some doors on at a later stage, I don't know, but it's a job that can be done further down the line, probably along with the weathering. I might try and weather everything all at the same time. So we'll see how we go. So just as I said, I'm just going to relocate the camera and we'll have a look. All right. So the first thing, obviously I've done the windows now. The masking tape is just so I know which one goes where. And if you remember, I buggered these up, didn't I? Because I put some clear varnish on, matte varnish, and it frosted them all. So I don't want to do the same with this, because I would like to look in. So these come off, like so. We all like to say, don't we? And as you can see, I've got my little bits, they're all blacked out. You hardly ever see these, but you know, they just locate it and give it a bit more of a positive hold on there. Now, when I finish this and I have lacquered it, I will probably stick these back in with just a couple of spots. They don't need much. And obviously the ones on this side come off. And if you're wondering why I'm taking those out, it's because what I'm about to do next they'll probably fall out anyway. So I wanted to make the roof removable. So if I can keep it on the base, there we are, it comes off. And as you can see, we've got all the hoods on. Now these are still loose, they're not, they would come out if I wanted them to. I might leave them like this and just use the varnish when I do it to seal them in. So whatever, but you know, yes, a little bit of weathering probably on these bits, doesn't it? You know, and we'll see how we get on. But I am quite happy for really what is one of my first scratch built buildings, albeit with a good start. And you just, assuming you get it the right way round, just put it in and push down. Unless I've turned it around, have I turned it round? I have. So it goes on only one way, and there we are. And obviously these just then sit back in. So I haven't done a double side on these, but what I have done is I've just black felted on the plastic, just to sort of, you know, make it look a bit more what's the name inside. So hopefully I'm nearly at the end of these, which I'm quite pleased about. So I'm going to get on now with the roof. But there are a couple of other things here I'd like to show you. When I located this engine shed, I wanted to bring it forward a bit to get a bit of room at the back, where the forklift is. And by doing that, I didn't think what I was doing. And if you remember, I used to have this signal box here, didn't I? But what I found is by moving it up like that, it would hit on the steps. Anything, you know, a big coach would go thing. So I've decided to probably relocate it to here, because this will be the main signal box for the, you know, for all this point work and all the shunting. And then what I thought I might do, this has come from upstairs, which is one I made some time ago, I believe, or I might have even bought it, I can't remember. And that size would fit in there, would be all right, because all this one would need to do is to keep an eye through the bridge, I think, and you know, a little bit that way. So I think I'm going to probably indulge in a new kit to make another one of those, or keep that one there and put another one up on the layout upstairs. I've also had a rethink about the trees. I've not fixed any of these, they're just sitting there. So I've put the fir tree there. I've also given it a spray of varnish to try and stop it dropping all the bits. And the other one that was there, I've put here. And if I just pan out a little bit, I quite like it there. Comments would be welcome. Yes, now would they have a tree right near to the line there? But it is right at the end, isn't it? So it's not as though you're going to have trains thundering through with the foliage on the line. So I might well fix it there, we'll see. But yeah, comments would be welcome, thank you. But otherwise, you know, it's coming along. I'm quite happy. So let's now get on to the roofing bit, shall we? So this roofing came out of my Metcalf brick sheets box, and this is all I had, and I was a bit worried. So I cut it in as you would need to, and glued it on and used clips to hold it on while it was gluing. And there we are. And that's about it really, that's all I decided to show. Now I have put some barge boards round the edges to hide where they clip over. And I think it looks all right. Comments, and anything I could have done differently, you think? Yeah, so there we are. So down from the roof, these will all be stuck hopefully when I put some lacquer on it. But yeah, I'm happy how it's turned out. I think yeah, definitely happy how it's turned out. I cut the ridge out of that sheet that you saw and used that for the ridge. And this is just from inside with a flash. Yeah, it's, you know, that's through coming out from the fill yard really. And another view with the ginty sticking its head out. So we're just going to have a look and see what I started with and what I've ended up with. And you know, this is what I had out the box, and I glued it up, didn't I, silly boy? But this is what it's come out for, and I think that looks okay. I'm happy with this. So now just something that I saw in my channel page, and it's I got a load of text or comments from people, but some of these are, you know, really old, and I decided, you know, I don't think it's really worth answering them. They obviously got lost in the system, and YouTube have just updated them. So I have deleted them. So before we go, I got a parcel. What's in this, I wonder? Watch out for the next update.